Hey!
Hi, Bob. Hi, everybody. Yes, it's me, Jim Johnson, and my good friend and Blood Bowl legend, Bob Bifford, who'll be bringing you today's game.
It's gonna be another killer, Jim.
I hope so, Bob. I hope so.
You've got to wonder if it's worth playing this match.
Yes, there's a gulf in class between the two sides. Perhaps they're real suckers for punishment. Oh, yeah.
And today's question, which will allow one lucky viewer to win a year's subscription to Spike Magazine, is... which player won the 85, 87, 91, and 99 Blood Bowls with the Reichland Reavers? Was it Griff Oberwald, his wife, or his future son?
Easy peasy.
Especially as two of them never touched a ball.
Here we go again for another bloodbath. Oh, yeah. Looks like there was some bad blood between those two, eh, Bob?
Yeah, Jim. Something to do with swapped body parts. There was a time when the colleges of magic hadn't yet ruled on limiting wizard assistants to teams.
Who could forget the infamous 2472 Quagmire incident, when rampant spellcasting caused the entire Bright Crusaders Stadium to sink into the earth?
Nobody could forget that. People were blinded for miles around the stadium.
It seems this player does all the talking with the fists.
And they clearly know how to get hurt.
Look Yeah, some cute little elf beauties are selling big moot sandwiches in the stands.
Hey, I'm off to get one. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
And so now you like big moot sandwiches?
Ah, no way. A little elf beauty, yeah.
We can congratulate the Junior Paravon Stink Team who have won the Junior Dungeon Bowl for the 2nd year running.
Well done, Spawnlings. And it's interesting to know that the names of several of these youngsters are already on the lips of many of the major team coaches.
Well, that's one with a good reason to go see the apothecary.
Yep, looks like he's gonna need a good one.
Today's insight comes from Jaime Schnivel, coach and owner of the Goblin Lowdown Rats team. In yesterday's Spike magazine, he said that Blood Bowl was like war. No winners, just survivors.
Oh, now that's deep. About as deep as his team's position in the rankings. Oh, brilliant sidekick to the face. Let's see that again in slow motion.
That's one regulation clobbering. Blood Bowl is reputedly the toughest of all sports.
So they say, but it really only comes down to taking a few hits. Poetry in motion.
What we'd like to see
More often.
You checked that move.
Made him look stupid, you mean? That player's gonna add a new scar to his collection.
That's why they're always on the front page of Spike magazine. Time for some high-quality Blood Bowl gameplay.
If you call fondling thralls and neck-biting as high-quality gameplay, then yes. But not all of us are into that sort of thing.
Oh, really, Bob? As if propelling snotlings downfield is any different.
Yeah, Jim. Sure is different to me. More blood on the pitch to start with.
That's right, Bob.
Oh, yeah.
Wizards have not always been able to cast spells safely from behind the sidelines. Were you playing at the time in an Albion League, a second division that prohibited spellcasting from off the pitch?
Oh, yes. They were great times. I remember fans traveling to games just to see how well Wizards stood up to the mad charge of a raving Blood Bowl star. The noise created by a sizzling fireball, followed by the characteristic sound of the snapping of a wizard's neck.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Just look at the fans. They're red hot. A majority of supporters reckon that the league should take measures to prevent the small minority of peaceful fans from watching a match from the terraces.
They've got a point. If they don't want to join in the fun, they might as well stay home and watch it on Cablevision. It's a catch! Now this player just needs to survive!
Oh.
Missed! I give up. These players shouldn't even be on the pitch!
Yes, they really could do with some training.
Oh, yeah.
Every now and again, Blood Bowl throws up a real mixed bag of a team.
Like the Motley Horde that's made up of a bunch of misfits.
Yeah, can't be easy to coach those cast-offs every day of the week.
Hold still and then pow! Right in the face.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh.
The Blood Bowl annals are littered with the stories of teams who've gone bust with crippling debts.
And with the cost of doping and bribery on the rise, the problem won't be going away.
Oh.
That face job is a lot cheaper than a plastic surgeon.
I don't know if he planned it, but it won't do him any harm in the looks department.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Jim, I have a question for you. Which team was crowned the worst team ever in the Spike magazine?
The Streisand Vampires.
That's right, Jim, and they all got staked by their fans.
That's all true, Bob, but they re-emerged last year with a new vampire lord, Bracule von Streisand, and they were quickly voted Rookie Team to Watch.
Yeah.
Boom! That player goes directly to the dugout.
Well, at least it's not the morgue.
And the dispatch has just come in. Scandal during the World Doping Conference held by the humans. The 3 dwarf participants were warned too late that it wasn't a mug of beer that had been placed on their desk.
He sent him down for a chat with the Astrogranite. Instant stun.
What a sissy! That one can't hold the ground.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Griff Oberwald said, and I quote, "Thank goodness that the humans are around to raise the level of the game." What do you think?
Well, that was true a few months back. Today, him and his buddies are no longer at the top of the rankings.
Oh, yeah.
Wow! I can tell you straight, that hurts. If he hit him any harder, he'd have punched him straight into the infirmary.
Don't worry, that's where he'll be waking up. Mighty Zug was swayed by pleas for calm, broadcast into the stands during his last match. He pulverized all the supporters.
Trust him, he likes a job well done. You can't say much about that.
Full-blooded but perfectly legal.
Oh, yeah.
I bet that hurt. Good job his nose got in the way.
Yeah, otherwise he'd have got it full in the face.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
And the dispatch has just come in. Scandal during the World Doping Conference held by the humans. The 3 dwarf participants were warned too late that it wasn't a mug of beer that had been placed on their desk.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Ouch! That punch knocked his teeth down his throat.
Yes, Jim, that's never a nice sight. Mighty Zug was swayed by pleas for calm, broadcast into the stands during his last match. He pulverized all the supporters.
Trust him, he likes a job well done.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh.
I've heard of teams that have simply disappeared after being abandoned by their supporters.
Let's say that some teams who haven't won a match for several years have been tied up by their fans and thrown into rubbish containers.
It's the only way to end a downward spiral. He trampled on his head.
Accidents will happen. And don't forget, children, don't try and do this at home. Remember, these are seasoned professionals.
Well, one of them is anyway.
Griff Oberwald said, and I quote, "Thank goodness that the humans are around to raise the level of the game." What do you think?
Well, that was true a few years back, but today him and his buddies are no longer at the top of the rankings.
That right hook was worthy of a black orc.
You're telling me it'll take a while to get over. That's what happens when a pro crosses an amateur.
Yes, splodge. The blood will never clot if he keeps running around like that.
Doping is really endemic in this sport.
Isn't it written into the game rules? Now, there's one that won't be coming back in a hurry. I doubt that he'll be taking any further part in the match.
No, I'd say that the apothecary had his work cut out for him.
Finally, there's one that lets his biceps do the talking.
Yeah, but from his opponent's point of view, it was a short conversation.
The referees guild has decided to hire a bodyguard for each game.
Another brilliant idea. And just how effective will one bodyguard be against a stadium full of supporters?
True, could be a bit one-sided.
Yes, they're gonna score. Hold me back, Jim. I feel like going down there and joining in. Touch, touch, touch.
Down, down, down! We don't see much of the heroes of law these days.
I don't know.
For any spectators who aren't aware, the heroes of law hope to show the world a better way by honest, strategic play on the pitch.
It's probably a good thing we don't see them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The players are ready.
A recent medical report stated that cerebral hemorrhages were less frequent in Blood Bowl players. Amazing when you come to think of it.
Not really, when you consider that brains are also less frequent.
Eh? Oh, yeah. Eh?
What finesse! What style! What perfection!
What a hammer blow!
Oh, dear.
This player was really strong. Do you think they have some troll blood in them?
Could be. Or maybe his opponent shouldn't speak that way about the family.
Did you know that vampire teams have experimented with using vials and flasks to satisfy the need for blood on the pitch? But it has always ended in failure, as there is always a block or tackle that sends the container crashing to the ground.
That's right, Jim. I remember back in 2481 when the Gregan Counts faced off against the Dark Forest Iron Hoover. The match was abandoned when the Minotaurs and the vampires spent the entire second half trying to drink the blood that was spilt over the pitch.
Oh, I remember that match well, Bob.
That's why they started to field thralls instead. Living containers. Technically, that was a perfect catch. He's winding back his arm.
Bang!
On target! And today's question, which will allow one lucky viewer to win a year's subscription to Spike Magazine, is: which player won the 85, 87, 91, and 99 Blood Bowls with the Reichland Reavers? Was it Griff Oberwald, his wife, or his future son?
Easy peasy.
Especially as two of them never touched a ball. That reminds me of when I took Griff to bits in the 91 final against Reichland.
Oh, yeah. You kneecapped him. Vampires! At last! A team with class!
Not that you're biased, being a vampire and all.
Not at all. He did him with the old, you look that way, I go the other.
That's a technical term?
It's in the handbook. Nice play! The ball changes hands.
Yep, upside down. That's one way to look at things.
The opponent opponent is left just flapping around.
That's what I call a dodge. Just a few yards to go. Corruption is so widespread that the Referees Guild has set out rules concerning where, when, and how one can accept a bribe.
Under an agreement signed last season, clubs are not allowed to offer less than the going rate.
Ouch! Right in the face! The other guy couldn't dodge that one.
As soon as he throws his first punch.
We know the opponent will be out for lunch.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Did you hear about the Evil Gits? The team that is made up of the mix of evil players?
Their fans won the Most Evil Supporters of the Year award. Fully merited from what I've seen.
Oh.
Wallop! Right on the schmozzle!
He'll have a bit of trouble blowing his nose from now on.
Oh, dear.
Corruption is so widespread that the Referees Guild has set out rules concerning where, when, and how one can accept a bribe.
Under an agreement signed last season, clubs are not allowed to offer less than the going rate.
Oh.
He's got the ball!
Great pass and catch!
He didn't tremble.
Now that score brings both teams level.
I hope we're not going to end up with a draw. The referees guild has decided to hire a bodyguard for each game.
Another brilliant idea. And just how effective will one bodyguard be against a stadium full of supporters?
True, could be a bit one-sided.